Welcome back, everyone. This is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, here with another video. And there's been a sizable update. I know I got to this about a day late. I apologize, but Archipelago Raid, as well as some other things, have gotten some updates. Maintenance has already occurred, so let's just go into the updates. First time reading it, so you're going to get my first reaction to all of these. First off, Archipelago Raid optimizations. Event map and rules. Reduce the Archipelago Raid map size. That's going to be huge. There was a massive fight over where you could get resources from because of the sheer amount of towers that you needed to make in order to get from point A to point B. And it was a beneficial strategy to go take the resources from someone else, not only to benefit your own growth, but also to prevent your enemies from being able to get where they needed to go. And of course, there's kills along the way. So reducing the map size, good idea. That was just too much. Added contestable level 8 lush sanctums at the center of the map. This is great. While this wasn't a complaint that I had in the first Archipelago raid, because I didn't even think of it, that center area is empty. You fight across it in order to get from one treasure city to the other. But as we saw with some of the Archipelago raids, if any of the alliances were equal in power, to have to fight back that far in order to get to the level 8 treasure city across that giant midsection was ridiculous. I believe G1 didn't get to decide who legitimately won because neither side got across it. And of course, change the objective of Phase 2 to capturing the level 8 Lush Sanctum. Rewards are based on the level 8 Lush Sanctums captured at the end of Phase 2. Sanctums means there's 2, at least 2. I would imagine in order to keep things even, that they would have an even number, because there was 2 treasure sanctums, 2 treasure cities, 4 towers, 4 corners, 4 other spaces, and there was just one oddball in the center. If they add 2 lush sanctums to that, it still adds the opportunity for people to tie, I guess. And that was one thing that I kind of liked about Archipelago Raid over Island Raid. The center spot on the map, if you took it, you won. There was almost no way around that. Here, there's other ways to get points, so you have to kind of balance where you're getting all of your points from. Number 2, event duration and checkpoint settlement availability. Event lasts 5 days. Did it not last 5 days last time? If I remember correctly, I was streaming. No, it might have lasted 6. So, let's just go over the days. Day 1, level 4 checkpoints open. Day 2, level 5 checkpoints and level 6 towers open. So it looks as if the level 4 checkpoints all the way to the towers are going to be open from the very beginning. Now, unless I'm reading this wrong, on day 1, you can build north, south, east, west to your level 4 checkpoint, take it, and build to the tower in that area, all on the first day. And then day 2, you have the level 5 checkpoints, which are I don't think we have access to the map just yet. Yes, I've got some stuff to catch up on. Nope, can't see it yet. So, if I remember correctly, the level 5 checkpoints are the ones down in the corner that allow you access to the level 7 treasure cities. And then day 3, the level 7 treasure cities open. After day 3, Phase 2 begins. You get all of your troops back, all of your troops that are dead in the aid station anyway. And then you begin with level 6 checkpoints opening. And then on day 5, the final day, level 8 Lush Sanctums open. So, pretty straightforward, easy to follow availability for all of these. The fact that it's 5 days means there's going to be less fighting, because I think I'm correct on that. There was 6 days in the original one. So, anyways. Now, number 3, Faction system. Added a prompt in Phase 2 to reduce friendly fire. That was one thing that was kind of dumb. You could accidentally hit your faction partners in friendly fire combat, and this prompted both factions that were paired together to not have contact with each other if they could avoid it. This will prevent that. Always nice. Players can pass through checkpoints occupied by other legions in their faction without capturing them. This was another big thing. If you were allied together as a faction in Phase 2, you couldn't pass through your allies' checkpoints. You had to take their checkpoint and then pass through it. Now we can pass through them, and of course this excludes level 4 checkpoints in order to have a safe space for people to be able to gather during this. Event balance. Increase maximum garrison and rally capacity of Pioneer Watchtowers to 2 million. This is going to be nice. Oh, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the next one. Commander headquarters, checkpoints, settlements, Pioneer Watchtowers, and rally squads can only receive up to 3 rally attacks at a time. This will be a big change because I've watched 4 or 5, I believe I saw 6 rallies at one point on a single checkpoint during the first event, simply because you could have 2 factions build up to a checkpoint, each of them launch an alliance worth of a rally, and just go to town. Now, I don't think all 6 of them managed to hit it, but you get my point. Having that many rallies hit the same target all at once, not good. But notice, they left towers, specifically the level 6 towers, the level 7 treasure cities, and the level 8 lush sanctums out of this. If you're trying to defend those, you can get hit by more than 3 rally attacks at a time. Granted, you already have a 2 million garrison capacity on those. The Pioneer Watchtowers, I think, are the only ones on this list that had less than 2 million. It was stuck at 1.5, but that honestly made things interesting. The 2 million capacity will probably cause a lot more damage, but we'll see how it affects the fighting overall. Archipelago raid buffs. Reduced all rally and garrison squad damage from 50% to 30%. Say what now? You're telling me that rallies and garrisons don't deal as much damage now? As if Thunder needs any more help. Squad damage doesn't affect healing capabilities, and Thunder can out-heal most damage dealt to him. If you're only going to allow 3 rally attacks at a time, and their damage is reduced to 30%, you effectively have 1 rally attack. So you have how people are going to have to approach this is by not only coordinating their rallies on individual targets, but they're also going to need to coordinate the heroes in those rallies. Because a lot of people will throw whatever they can into a rally and go. But if you're already dealing with a disadvantage, you've got to be prepared to maximize the damage that you deal. So I imagine HP debuffs on infantry rallies leading the charge, followed by heavy skill damage rider commanders, because I don't think they have great ways of supporting with buffs or debuffs. And then I imagine commanders like Julia, Lewis, maybe even Chun, if you're so inclined, throwing themselves in the mix for a ranged rally in order to reduce or negate Thunder's healing ability with silence and massive amounts of skill damage. So, with this in mind, please start working with your alliances with your own alliances to work out how you're going to move forward with this. The maximum number of watchtowers is inversely proportional to the number of alliances in the Legion. So, the more alliances you have in a Legion, the less watchtowers you have access to, because this is a group event. So if you have 2 alliances, each alliance is going to have a lot of watchtowers they can use. But if you're with a team of 4 or 5 and you try and have only one alliance build everything, it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. Number 5, alliance building materials. Captured checkpoints and settlements produce alliance building materials, which are distributed equally to the alliances in the Legion. So you don't actually have to gather anything in order to get some materials. So you're not stuck. There were some alliances that got stuck in what they were able to get because once other alliances or legions got access to their areas, they weren't able to gather anymore. This gives them an effective way to defend what they have, or incentive to defend what they have, and gives them materials to work with over time. Alliance building materials from armored scavengers will split into multiple drops, adjusted pickup duration, and added pickup interruption. So if so it puts them on the field in larger groups and gives them, and the game has put more incentive to fight over them. So other alliances can try to swoop in and take your drops, but it takes longer to pick them up, and the interruption that you get from being attacked after it is extended, so you can't just immediately try to pick it up again. Others, new Legion marks usable by Legion's alliance leaders. I assume this will include the R4s, but if there's marks specific to the entire Legion that everybody can see, that is huge. Communication is key in a game like this, and having ways for us to communicate without actually having to talk is great. Alliance leaders may change the garrison squad leader of Legion buildings. This was annoying in Archipelago Raid the first time around. If Alliance A had a tower that had a captain in it, the people allowed to change that captain were the current captain, regardless of alliance, and the alliance leaders for the alliance that held the tower. That's it. So if the R4s and R5 for an alliance weren't online, they couldn't protect their tower effectively. They just couldn't. So having the alliance leaders be able to change the garrison squad leader of any tower or any Legion building, big deal. We're going to love that. It's going to make defenses a lot easier to manage. Improved interface for viewing info for alliances in a Legion. I'll be curious to see what that does. New key information notifications, such as armored scavenger resets and when settlements are contestable. Nice. Having notifications for that will be great for everyone to stay on top of it. However, with Armored Scavenger, if you're not already there, you're late. Sorry. Explore the Ruins upgrade. 1. Upgraded Explore the Ruins to base exploration. 2. Exploration Cluro bars can be exchanged 1-to-1 for exploration hammers. 3. Base exploration has 16 floors, with 1 rare floor every 4 floors, 4 upgraded floor and rare floor rewards. 5. Storage cabinets can be opened in batches. This is that one little event where there's kind of like a Kino board on the screen and you're trying to find you pick which items that you want to get for the big bonus, I guess we'll call it. And you're just trying to pick boxes until you find it. I believe that's what this event is. And the crowbars can be exchanged 1-to-1 for exploration hammers. It now has 16 floors with a guaranteed rare floor on 4, 8, 12, and 16. The upgraded rewards will be nice, and the cabinets being opened in batches will save people some time, but it's kind of a minor thing. We have a new event. It is Christmas time, so we kind of expected a new event for Christmas. Comes with a troop skin, range squad pulse, squad skin, electromagnetic launcher, tank anthem. Please check in game for the release and data source. I want to see if it's already here. We've got range squad pulse is not here. March, it's not out yet, so that's a shame. But Hell Knight, let's be honest, Hell Knight's still awesome. We don't need it. We don't need anything else right now. Six, added new commanders within 28 days of character creation. Benefits: economic buffs to aid development in construction, research, training, gathering, and resource production. New server event point bonus. This is a translation nightmare because added new commanders, normally they tell us what commanders they've added, but that's not what this is. Added new commanders within 28 days of character creation. Benefits. So I imagine there's going to be a couple of commanders for the newer players that will aid in growth and allow those newer regions, because we're now over 300 regions now. Good Lord. So giving them an opportunity to grow a little bit faster is beneficial to the game, so that those that are starting to get a little tired of the game and don't want to play anymore have people that can replace them. And new server event point bonus. Just another way for newer players to get rewards that the older players didn't get on their first time through. And finally, other bug fixes and optimization. Be curious to see what they change this time around. But all in all, this is going to really affect Archipelago Raid, and I think for the better in a lot of ways. So, also, if you stuck around for the whole portion of this video, I will be streaming Archipelago Raid next week. So, I'm more than happy to join you all for the massive amount of fun this is going to be. I'm going to have a blast streaming this again, and please, if you come across a fight in another archipelago, or if you want to showcase how well your alliance is doing, reach out to me and I will start making a list of what regions I need to check out so that we can go through all this together. Because this is a group event, and I like showing off to everyone how fun this game can be given the right circumstances. And with that, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.